Another jump in the video. It's the next morning, the morning after the last shot I made where I explained about, well, you may recognize this tower, this building that goes onto the rock. I made it a little bit more chunky, and I couldn't help myself. Yesterday evening I structured it. Took me roughly half an hour, which made me realize that I will make some footage of structuring a building like this, so that you can see how I do it and how quickly you can work. Today I hope to finish the segment I'm working on and move to the next. But to motivate myself, I want to put in the windows. Definitely not like gluing them, but just pressing them in with glass behind it, because it looks way cooler. And when I have it all assembled and looking at the next stage, it's always nice to see what you've done so far. And it's quite a difference if you look at, for instance, here, the cut-out door. But if you put in a door, it's already so much more fun. So that's exactly what I will do now, is just pushing them all in. But again, for the windows, I use these glass sheets. And let me show you how it's done. I have a few buildings where I can add the windows and doors. Now, the thing is, it looks so much better. These are, I can imagine, residential buildings, so I again will put glass behind it. This building will have the kind of prison windows, or barred windows, whatever. But I also think it would be cool to actually have glass behind it, because if I at some point decide to put LEDs in it, then these sheets reflect that way better, the light, that is. So yeah, let's start. I take some instant glue. This is Zap Gap. Okay, there we go. And it's quite simple. A few dots of glue. Don't have to be everywhere. It doesn't have to be everywhere, and just glue it on. Glue it on this sheet. So I will do one building to show you an example how it's done, which will be, let me see which building these windows fit in. These are the larger windows, so they fit in here. So these 4 windows I will do first. And then we can skip to the video again and to see how it looks like if I edit them in all the buildings so far. Okay. Since it is this contact glue, they're already glued. So to maximize the amount of windows I can get onto one sheet of glass, as you can see, I cut a long the windows. Yep. Okay. Another one. And the final one. Okay. Yeah, looks good. Let's try and put them in. I will do it from the rear. I think it will go easier. I always try to cut out these windows a little bit smaller. The opening has to be a little bit smaller than the window itself, so they stick in nicely, as you can already see. Oh, that looks great. Yep, that looks really nice. Okay. A little bit of force is necessary, but again, if you cut the opening a little bit smaller than the window itself, it really sticks well. And oh, this opening. Okay, this opening is a little bit too large. So let me try again, gluing one and get the glass, cut the glass a little bit, sticking out a little bit of the window, out of the window. Oké, dit laatste stukje moet je maar even laten voor wat het is. We skippen nu naar dat ik deze er ook in doe. Ik vertel niks over dat hij niet past. Ruben, dus maar dit stukje komt er wel in. This window, actually I cut a slice off with the scissors of the wood of this window. So it is a little bit more, it's a little bit too narrow now. So that's why I do this window again. And now it should. And it does. Okay. So here we have our first building. Okay. I want to have them in there almost perfect. Yeah. Okay, looks cool. So putting this one on top, it looks so much better. Okay, I will jump. The video will jump to the point where I will have put all the windows in, so you can see the result so far. And all the windows and doors are added, as you can see. And yet again, it looks already a lot better. So, on to the next part. I still have to texture some of this. I build up partially the project, put these buildings into place, and then it's on to the next part. So let's do this. And moving part of the build outside again. This morning it's cold, but at least the sun is shining a little bit. Planning on working outside on this build, and as you can see, it really motivates me to build on, now that this part is more or less done. So what's next? Remove this first. I want to texture this area and this area, the two stairs, and I want to do this part. I want to do some stuff on this. Then I will move over to this gap. I will change the angle of the camera so you can see what I'm talking about. I want to address this gap and do something with it. But now that I see the composition, a few things that already starts developing in my mind. So this rock face comes up until here. I can imagine a little bit higher elevation, flatten out part of this rock, put some foam, masonry, a wall type of something in it, and actually would like to build a little fountain like something. Not sure what, but that's what I'm thinking of. So a fountain, something like that. Then I will go over to this building, and this building is now beneath the wall, but it will have to stick out above the wall, and that already gives the idea of when you enter this building, you can get up onto the wall through this building. Now it would be much more fun to actually have a stair that physically, that you can see, that you can walk up. So this is a building, and here I will make a kind of stairway, like a fire escape, going up. You walk around going up, see how that goes, with the idea, with a lot of pillars. So it's it's an open structure, and I think that could look really nice. So so that's the next building I'm working on. As for this building, actually I decided this will not be a building. I'm not sure if I already mentioned it, but it's too big. I like the shape. I will make it narrower, smaller, and I want to have a statue, a king on a horse or something looking in this direction, because when you go up the street you see the statue of the king. That would be cool. Yeah, so pavement here, some over here. I might want to skip this part for now, but not sure. But a fountain, something. This building, stairway. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, let's put this together and see how it looks. Okay. Well, yeah, looks good. So this part and this part, and then I think this area is done building and texturing. So finish this, and then I get back for the pavement and the adjustments I want to do at the pavement. There are some gaps here. I will get rid of them, no worries. I have a lot of filler. Oké, gaan we doen nog een keer. Next I will texture the stair and this piece, and then I start with parts of this pavement. There are some gaps here. I will get rid of them later, but first these seams, I want to do something with them. You will see in a moment, but first we'll texture this. Next I will address the pavement, and the idea is that I will actually add some sewer-like elements. The potholes, or not sure how, the covers for the sewers, and actually I place them on some of the seams where pre-printed sheets with pavement get together. So not every seam gets, because here's one that looks a little bit strange, but overall, let me zoom out a bit. I will place them first, then you have an idea what I think could be nice to actually put in there. So yeah, okay. Again, not every seam, there will be a Ik ga het even overnieuw doen. So you see on some of the seams I placed these little sewer entrance, and I will actually cut away a strip widening this seam, and then I will place a strip of foam with stones going a little bit inward, as if there is a kind of gutter where the water can collect and then goes into this opening. That's for later. I only want to do this one. These two seams I want to address for now. One. Have a little metal hook, which is nice, so I can actually tear the foam out without damaging the surroundings. Okay. Yeah. So that's the wood glue. That sound, that's the wood glue that's between the seam, or that's in the seam, I must say. So, okay. It's too deep, no problem. A little of foam underneath, and that's fine. Okay, next step. This is a little bit too wide. Now I can try and slice it, but actually I can also press it in a little bit. And you see it already fits, so that's nice. Getting static. Okay. Oh, that's actually quite good. Already there. And let me see. Okay. So again too wide, but this is, well, might fit with a little bit of pressing it in. Okay, yeah, it's good. Okay, that's one. That's two. Oh, okay, scalpel knife. Where are you? There you are. Nice. Okay, now on to the next part. Okay, let's take this surface. No, I'm not sure if that's okay. Actually, I think I will glue it in. Why not? Let's glue it in. So this is how it has to be. Yep, that's okay. So it's already sitting, it's already tight within the pavement. So now I'm a little bit, not too straight, but a little, and I press real hard. In a very sharp angle, and now press it in. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. As you can see, it goes it goes rather fast, so that's good. Yeah, it looks really nice. So now I can do all these seams in the same way. Here again is another one. I will add also a strip, not a cover like this one, but this is how I do it. And again, it adds, it makes it all blends in. So yes, yet again, I'm pleased. Finish this one, and then I think about the gap over there. Again, a little jump in time, and I finished the platform here. Actually, a thicker piece of foam, cut out the strip, so we have 2 steps. We come to this little half circle element, fountain. Then again, I was thinking, well, maybe some plants. So actually a plant container, not sure yet. It dries, it's not glued on this part yet, only the half circle is glued on this freshly cut part, and when it's dry I texture it first. So that's finished as well, and yes, onto this building. While working on this, I was looking at this all the time, thinking about how to proceed. There's a little gap here. It fits not really nice, so that's fine. Cut out an even larger part. This will be a slightly elevated area. The door, 2 windows. This will be cut down. It's too high, and maybe 2/5 of an inch. Then a sheet of foam so it sticks out a bit. Then a thinner sheet of foam that goes in, but still it sticks out. This part goes up. Window, doorway. I think the same roof tiles is over here. Not sure how that goes. And actually, that's the first thing. The first thing is cutting this, making a sheet that fits on it, so that sheet sticks out a bit. Cutting out window doors, making the elevation here for the door. And that gives me enough time to think about how to proceed. I might then do this part, but I'm still thinking a lot about this part. There are so many thoughts that I think I leave it be for now and get back to you later when I sorted it all out. But yeah. Ba-da-dee-da-dee. Oké, gaan we. And yes, we jump again a little bit in time forward, and as you can see, I've been focusing on this building. I started off with adjusting the basic shape, slicing off roughly 2/5 of an inch, lowering the block, and then I added a sheet of foam on top of it, tracing the outline of the block, adding an edge approximately sticking out 1/5 of an inch. Looks like this. Did it again, but now I cut out a sheet that is exactly the same size as the block below, having a nice edge where it first sticks out and then steps back again. Adjust it here a few spots so this block now fits nicely with its roof or whatever it will be. And finally I added this little block. Now the whole idea is that this is the house, and as you can see, I hope, I traced the door here a little bit higher. I will be adding here a small elevation, like 3 steps that go up, so I can hide the big gap that's underneath. I think I will actually cut away the pavement here a little bit more so I can glue these steps on. This area will be an open area with columns 1, 2, 3, 4. You can from either side go inside with 1 or 2 steps, and then you see that there will be a stairway from here up to this floor. Then you walk around, and again you walk up on this stairway. So this is the block that will be transformed into a stairway, and then I'm almost on top of the wall. Also here 1, 2, 3, 4 columns or pillars. We'll see how that looks. Yeah. Anyway, and that's important. I have to cut out the steps, and I already prepared the block, as you see over here. And let me show you how I make the stairway. Okay. Now this is the rear. This goes to the wall. So this will be this will be the front. This, let me see. Here we start. This is the lowest step. So these lines 2/5 of an inch, and so I made squares 2/5 by 2/5 of an inch. In, out. Okay. This is now 2/5 of an inch. That's a step that's way too large, but I will, with a scalpel knife or sharp knife, I will cut out this specific step later on. Okay, back on to the next cut. Yep. Now I go in 2 centimeters or 2/5 of an inch. I put this block back on. Oopsie. Okay. That's okay. That's nice. Oh, I made the cut too large, but nobody will notice. If you don't tell, I don't tell. Later on I will be adding texture, so you will not see that cut for sure. Okay. Okay, put these back on. Okay. As you can see, I'm eyeballing everything. I'm sure I have my guidelines, but in the end it's no rocket science. So a little bit of eyeballing is fine. And I already deviate from the drawn lines. And that's why I drew the lines at the back and not at the front. So okay. Okay, that's good enough. Yep. And there we are. This is the rough stairway shape. And that's good enough. Okay. On to the next step. Put the machine aside. Sharp knife. Okay. Now I can measure it all out. I don't want to. I want to make it quick and dirty. So half of the stairway. I half every step. Not too deep. Actually, this is just a mark. Other side. Okay, so now let's try and cut this out, cut them all out. Now I can go a little bit deeper. I know how far I have to cut. Okay, there we go. Okay, and there is my little stairway. And there you have it. First stairway test. There are some issues still. If I do place a column here, then there is not enough room, so I can cut back the stairs for sure. If yeah, I think I will do that. I will cut it back, and while cutting this, I was also thinking about adding archways, so lower columns with archways. I think that would be a lot nicer, because we have a round door. We will again, we will be using round windows, so arches with underneath these pillars. That would be very nice. And there's enough room for a door here as well. If a stairway from the street level goes up in the same direction, then at some point there has to be a gap here in the floor, meaning that I have to cut away a part of this stairway as well. And just now I realize how cool would it be to have an arch. Goes up half an arch and that goes into this wall. And so you see it develops with every step I make.